In a world saturated with self-help books promising quick fixes, Robert Greene stands apart. He isn't interested in offering facile solutions or pandering to instant gratification. Greene delves into the uncomfortable realities of human behavior, urging us to confront darker aspects of our nature. His books are for those seeking profound truths about themselves and the world. Greene's journey to becoming a master strategist is as intriguing as his subjects. Born in Los Angeles in 1959, Greene held various jobs before writing. He was a construction worker, a translator in Barcelona, and a Hollywood film editor. His debut book, The 48 Laws of Power, dissects principles of acquiring and maintaining power. Greene followed this success with thought-provoking books exploring human nature. Why is understanding human nature so crucial, you might ask? In a world of increasing complexity, decoding human behavior is critical. Navigating relationships or making sense of the news, human psychology is invaluable. Greene argues we often have a naive view of human nature. We see ourselves as rational, but emotions and biases influence us. This makes us vulnerable to manipulation by skilled persuaders. Politicians, marketers, and con artists exploit our hidden triggers. Greene empowers us to recognize vulnerabilities and make informed choices. Published in 2018, The Laws of Human Nature represents the culmination of Greene's decades-long exploration of human behavior. Drawing upon a vast tapestry of sources from ancient philosophies to modern psychology, Greene presents a comprehensive portrait of our species. He doesn't shy away from envy, greed, and self-deception. Acknowledging these impulses is essential to understanding ourselves. The book is structured around 18 distinct laws of human behavior. Greene weaves together stories of figures like Queen Elizabeth I and Martin Luther King Jr. Over the course of this video essay, we will delve into the depths of Greene's The Laws of Human Nature, carefully unpacking each of the 18 laws and exploring their practical implications for our lives. We'll examine the subtle cues that reveal people's true intentions, the strategies for building genuine connections, and the tactics for navigating the treacherous waters of power dynamics. This video is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about developing a heightened awareness of the forces that shape our interactions. By understanding these laws, we gain a powerful lens through which to view the world, one that allows us to see past the facade people present and discern their underlying motivations. Prepare to embark on a captivating journey of self-discovery and social intelligence. As we journey through Greene's insights, you'll gain valuable tools to enhance your relationships, navigate social situations with greater confidence, and ultimately become a more astute observer of the human condition. Emphasizes the critical importance of self-awareness and emotional control. Greene argues that our emotions, while powerful motivators, can also be our Achilles heel if left unchecked. When we react impulsively, we relinquish control and make ourselves vulnerable to manipulation. Imagine a colleague who constantly undermines your ideas in meetings. A natural reaction might be to fire back defensively. However, this emotional reactivity plays directly into their hands. Instead, Greene advocates for a more strategic approach. By cultivating self-awareness, we can recognize our emotional triggers and develop coping mechanisms. This might involve taking a few deep breaths before responding, reframing our perspective on the situation, or simply choosing to disengage from the interaction altogether. Mastering our emotional reactivity doesn't mean suppressing our feelings entirely. Rather, it's about developing the discipline to observe our emotions without being consumed by them. This emotional detachment allows us to respond to situations with clarity and intention rather than being ruled by our knee-jerk reactions. In the case of the undermining colleague, a more strategic response might involve calmly acknowledging their perspective while confidently reiterating the merits of your own ideas. Dives into the often baffling realm of human irrationality. Greene reminds us that people are not always driven by logic or reason. In fact, our decisions and actions are often influenced by unconscious biases, cognitive distortions, and deeply ingrained emotional patterns. Consider the phenomenon of confirmation bias, where we tend to seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms our existing beliefs, even if those beliefs are flawed. This bias can lead us to make irrational decisions as we selectively filter out evidence that contradicts our worldview. Greene illustrates this law with the story of the Salem witch trials, a chilling example of mass hysteria fueled by fear, paranoia, and groupthink. In this historical tragedy, innocent individuals were accused and convicted of witchcraft based on flimsy evidence and fueled by the irrational beliefs of the time. To navigate the minefield of human irrationality, Greene advises us to cultivate a healthy skepticism towards our own perceptions and judgments. We must be willing to question our assumptions, challenge our own biases, and seek out diverse perspectives to gain a more balanced understanding of any situation. By developing this critical thinking mindset, we can avoid falling prey to the irrationality that often clouds our judgment. Delves into the art of decoding nonverbal communication and understanding the hidden motivations behind people's carefully constructed facades. Greene argues that we are all actors on the stage of life, constantly projecting an image of ourselves that we want others to see. Think about the polished persona we present on social media, carefully curating our profiles to portray an idealized version of ourselves. Or consider the charming politician who delivers eloquent speeches while harboring a secret agenda. These masks, while often convincing, rarely tell the whole story. To see through these facades, Greene encourages us to become keen observers of human behavior, paying close attention to nonverbal cues such as body language, tone of voice, and micro-expressions. A forced smile, a nervous fidget, or a subtle shift in posture can reveal volumes about a person's true feelings and intentions. Furthermore, Greene advises us to look for inconsistencies between a person's words and actions. Does their behavior align with their stated values? Are there discrepancies in their stories or explanations? By paying attention to these subtle cues, we can begin to peel back the layers of pretense and discern the reality beneath the mask. Section 4, Law 4, determine the strength of people's character. Law 4 focuses on the crucial skill of assessing the character of those around us. Greene posits that understanding a person's character is essential for making sound judgments about their trustworthiness, reliability, and overall integrity. Imagine you're considering entering into a business partnership. While someone may appear charming and charismatic on the surface, their true character will ultimately determine whether they will be a reliable and trustworthy ally or a liability to your endeavors. Greene provides a framework for evaluating character, emphasizing the importance of looking beyond superficial charm and focusing on a person's actions over time. He suggests observing how individuals handle adversity, treat those in positions of power, and respond to temptation. Do they exhibit integrity even when no one is watching? Are they accountable for their mistakes? Do they demonstrate empathy and compassion towards others? By carefully observing these patterns of behavior, we can gain valuable insights into the strength of a person's character and make more informed decisions about who to trust and rely upon. Section 1. Law 5. Become an elusive object of desire. Law 5 delves into the fascinating dynamics of attraction and desire. Greene argues that humans are naturally drawn to that which is scarce, novel, and challenging to obtain. When we make ourselves too available, too predictable, we risk becoming commonplace and losing our allure. Consider the early stages of a romantic relationship. The thrill of the chase, the anticipation of each encounter, the uncertainty of whether our affections are reciprocated, these elements fuel our desire and intensify our attraction. However, as the relationship progresses and familiarity sets in, that initial spark can begin to fade. To maintain an aura of desirability, Greene advises us to cultivate an air of mystery and intrigue. This doesn't mean playing games or being deliberately manipulative. Rather, it's about maintaining a healthy sense of independence, pursuing our own passions, and allowing others to catch glimpses of our multifaceted personalities over time. By becoming more elusive, we pique people's curiosity and keep them guessing. We create a sense of longing, a desire to know more, to unravel the enigma that is us. This air of mystery, combined with genuine warmth and authenticity, can create an irresistible magnetism that draws others to us. Section 2, Law 6, use absence to increase respect and honor. Law 6 explores the paradoxical power of strategic withdrawal. Greene argues that constant presence can lead to devaluation. When we are always available, always eager to please, we risk becoming taken for granted. Our contributions, however valuable, may go unnoticed or unappreciated. Imagine a dedicated employee who consistently goes above and beyond the call of duty, working late nights and weekends to meet deadlines. While their work ethic is admirable, their constant availability may lead their superiors to view their extra efforts as the norm rather than the exception. To counteract this tendency, Greene suggests incorporating strategic absences into our lives. This might involve setting firm boundaries around our time, declining certain requests, or taking well-deserved breaks from demanding situations. By making ourselves less accessible, we create a void that highlights our value. Our absence forces others to acknowledge our contributions and appreciate the unique skills and perspectives we bring to the table. This principle applies not only in the workplace, but also in personal relationships, where creating space can foster a renewed sense of appreciation and desire. Section 3, Law 7, Decoy, through strategic appearance of weakness. Law 7, Decoy through strategic appearance of weakness, delves into the art of calculated vulnerability. Greene cautions against the temptation to project an image of invulnerability, arguing that such a facade can make us appear intimidating, unapproachable, and even breed resentment. Consider a leader who micromanages their team, refusing to delegate tasks or acknowledge their own limitations. While this approach may stem from a desire to maintain control, it can stifle creativity, erode trust, and create a climate of fear and resentment. Instead, Greene advocates for a more nuanced approach, one that involves strategically revealing our vulnerabilities to disarm potential rivals, foster connection, and even gain a tactical advantage. This might involve admitting to a mistake, seeking advice from others, or expressing uncertainty about a particular decision. By letting down our guard in a calculated manner, we humanize ourselves, making us appear more relatable and approachable. We create an illusion of weakness that can lull others into a false sense of security, while simultaneously allowing us to gather valuable information, observe their reactions, and ultimately, outmaneuver them. Section 4, Law 8, Inflame the desire to possess by making yourself a trophy. Law 8. Inflame the desire to possess by making yourself a trophy explores the psychology of aspiration and the allure of the unattainable. Greene argues that humans are inherently drawn to that which is perceived as valuable, exclusive, and sought after by others. Imagine a luxury brand that carefully cultivates an image of exclusivity, limiting its production and distribution to maintain its cachet. This air of scarcity and desirability fuels demand, making their products even more coveted by consumers. To become a trophy in our own right, Greene suggests focusing on cultivating our unique talents, pursuing excellence in our chosen endeavors, and surrounding ourselves with individuals who elevate and inspire us. By becoming the best versions of ourselves, we increase our perceived value and become magnets for opportunity and admiration. This principle applies not only to material success but also to personal and professional relationships. When we exude confidence, competence, and a genuine passion for life, we become irresistible to those who appreciate quality and are drawn to excellence. Section 1, Law 9, Enter their spirit, adapt to their minds. Greene emphasizes empathy and perspective-taking to connect with others and influence decisions. Instead of a generic pitch, actively listen and understand the other person's needs. Tailor communication to resonate on a deeper emotional level, building trust and rapport. Section 2, Law 10. In seduction, surrender to the masculine and feminine. True seduction involves embodying complementary masculine and feminine energies. Understand and balance these energies to create a magnetic pull. Cultivate qualities attractive to the opposite energy, enhancing confidence and self-awareness. Section 3, Law 11. Tempt with the transgressive. Humans are drawn to the forbidden and slightly dangerous. Strategic rule-breaking creates intrigue and excitement. Understand the rules and consequences to create a sense of excitement without jeopardizing reputation. Section 4, Law 12, use spiritual lures to secure great power. True power lies in inspiring and uniting people around a shared vision. Great leaders connect emotionally, appealing to higher ideals and aspirations. Communicate a compelling vision to inspire loyalty and dedication. Law 13, disarm through strategic weakness and vulnerability. Revealing vulnerability can disarm adversaries and foster connection. Embrace strategic vulnerability to appear relatable and approachable. This approach builds trust and camaraderie, encouraging support and collaboration. Law 14, mirror and reflect their psyche. People are drawn to those who validate their experiences. Mirroring creates a powerful sense of connection and rapport. Subtly reflect the essence of the other person to build deeper relationships. Law 15, isolate the target and attack their tribe. Social isolation makes individuals vulnerable to manipulation. Bullies use isolation to weaken resolve and control targets. Strong social bonds protect against manipulation and groupthink. Section 4, Law 16. Prove yourself an object of desire. Create triangles. Competition amplifies perceived value and desirability. Surround yourself with admirers to create a sense of competition. Cultivate unique talents and excellence to attract greater opportunities. Section 1, Law 17, stir up the pot. Create an atmosphere of uncertainty and destabilization. Strategic disruption can catalyze growth and innovation. Introduce change to challenge complacency and stimulate creativity. Use disruption to create an environment where new ideas can flourish. Section 2, Law 18. Beware the downside of conformity. Conformity can stifle individuality and creativity. Social pressure can lead to poor decisions and groupthink. Cultivate independent judgment and stand by your values. Section 3, Law 19. Recognize each man's limits. Test their mettle. Understand the limits of individual character and resilience. Test people's mettle to gain insights into their true capabilities. Recognize your own limits to set realistic expectations and avoid burnout. Section 4, Law 20, never appear too perfect. Greene argues that humans are inherently suspicious of those who appear too perfect. This suspicion stems from a deep-seated understanding that no one is without flaws. Imagine a colleague who seems to excel in every area of their work. Their unwavering perfection can breed resentment and envy among their peers. Greene suggests that a touch of strategic imperfection can be surprisingly disarming. By letting go of the need to appear perfect, we become more relatable. People are drawn to authenticity, to those who are comfortable in their own skin. Section 1, the power of self-awareness. The transformative power of self-awareness is a key theme in Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature. Understanding our strengths, weaknesses, and motivations is essential in navigating human interaction. We often believe we are rational, but Greene reminds us of our irrational impulses and emotional triggers. Self-awareness helps us make conscious, strategic choices and avoid emotional traps. This journey requires confronting our shadow selves, but it's essential for personal growth. Section 2, the art of detachment. Hand in hand with self-awareness comes the art of detachment, the ability to observe ourselves and our emotions with a sense of objectivity, without being swept away by the turbulence of our feelings. Greene reminds us that our emotions, while powerful motivators, can also cloud our judgment and lead us down a path of irrationality and self-sabotage. When we allow ourselves to become overly attached to outcomes, to specific people, or to rigid ways of thinking, we become vulnerable to manipulation and disappointment. Detachment, in the context of Greene's teachings, is not about becoming cold, unfeeling, or indifferent. Rather, it's about cultivating a sense of inner peace and equanimity that allows us to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life with greater grace and resilience. This detachment empowers us to respond to challenges with clarity and purpose, rather than reacting impulsively or allowing our emotions to dictate our actions. It allows us to let go of what we cannot control, to accept the impermanence of all things, and to find a sense of peace amidst the chaos of the human experience. Section 3. Mastering the Game of Strategy. Throughout the laws of human nature, Greene presents a compelling case for embracing a strategic mindset in our interactions with others. He argues that understanding the underlying motivations, desires, and vulnerabilities of those around us gives us a distinct advantage in navigating social situations and achieving our goals. This strategic thinking is not about manipulating others for personal gain or engaging in Machiavellian power plays. Rather, it's about approaching our interactions with a heightened awareness of the unspoken dynamics at play, the subtle cues that reveal people's true intentions, and the strategies we can employ to create win-win outcomes. Greene provides a framework for analyzing situations, understanding the motivations of those involved, and developing strategies that align with our values and goals. This might involve building alliances with influential individuals, framing our ideas in a way that resonates with our audience, or employing subtle tactics of persuasion to influence outcomes in our favor. By embracing a strategic mindset, we become more effective communicators, negotiators, and leaders. We develop the ability to navigate complex social situations with greater confidence, to build mutually beneficial relationships, and to achieve our goals while remaining true to our values. Section 4. Building Meaningful Connections. While Greene's book delves into the darker aspects of human nature, it also offers a path towards building more meaningful and authentic connections with others. He reminds us that despite our flaws, our irrationalities, and our capacity for self-deception, we are all united by a shared humanity, a common yearning for connection, belonging, and purpose. The key to unlocking these deeper connections lies in cultivating empathy, the ability to step outside of our own limited perspectives and truly see the world through the eyes of others. When we take the time to understand the experiences, motivations, and aspirations of those around us, we create a foundation of mutual understanding and respect that transcends superficial differences. Building meaningful connections also requires us to be vulnerable, to let down our guard, and to allow others to see our authentic selves. This doesn't mean oversharing or burdening others with our problems. Rather, it's about being open to sharing our thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a way that fosters intimacy and trust. By embracing vulnerability, we create space for others to do the same, fostering a sense of shared humanity and creating connections that are built on authenticity, empathy, and mutual respect. Section 5. Embracing our shared humanity. As we conclude our exploration of the laws of human nature, it's important to remember that understanding human behavior is not about gaining an unfair advantage or becoming cynical about the world around us. Instead, Greene's teachings offer us a profound opportunity for personal growth, for deepening our understanding of ourselves and others, and for building a more compassionate, empathetic, and fulfilling human experience. By acknowledging our shared humanity, our capacity for both darkness and light, for selfishness and altruism, for competition and cooperation, we gain a more nuanced and compassionate understanding of the human condition. This understanding empowers us to approach our interactions with greater wisdom, to forgive more readily, to judge less harshly, and to cultivate a spirit of empathy and compassion that extends to all beings. In a world often characterized by division, conflict, and mistrust, Greene's insights offer a beacon of hope, reminding us that beneath the surface of our differences lies a common ground of shared experience, a universal yearning for connection, and an innate capacity for love, kindness, and understanding.